team call topic is on Success Club and having success in Success Club. By now, I'm sure we all know that there are highs and lows in this business, good months and bad months, slow months, but Success Club is 100% attainable every single month in this business. There are people who do it every single month for years on end, and it's something we're going to dive a little bit more into tonight and talk about how we can ensure that we are, best supporting you as your business mentors in hitting the goals that you want to hit each month, and also sharing a little bit about why it's so important to be hitting Success Club every month. So, are you good, Kel? Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah.
Or are you?
Actually, hang on. What? There we go.
Perfect. Okay. So, Success Club is a proven business metric that ensures your success in this business when you make hitting Success Club a foremost priority in your business. And when you hit Success Club, you know that you're moving your business forward, whether you set your sights on Success Club 5 or you set your sights on Success Club 10. It's important to remember that it's ultimately the compounding effect of your actions day in and day out that are going to amount to bigger things over time. And depending on what your pace is in this business, your Success Club goal should be reflective of that, as should your daily business activities and the amount of effort and work that you're putting in each day. So if you're working this business full-time, chances are you're setting your sights on Success Club 10 or higher. And if you're working this part-time, your Success Club goal might be, somewhere around Success Club 5. Or, maybe you're working a part-time and you're, shooting for the moon. Ultimately, what it all boils down to is your goals and where you want to take this business and your pace. And while Success Club needs to be a priority in your business, I don't want to discredit those who have 1 or 2 Success Club points on the board at the end of each month. It's important to recognize that every point represents a connection made and a life changed for that month. So, if you have 1 or 2 Success Club points on the board, don't feel like you're a failure. It's important to recognize that those points mean so much more than just points. So why Success Club? Well, for all the reasons that I just mentioned, plus all of these reasons as well. For starters, it's a benchmark for long-term growth and success in this business, to help others and to fulfill a major part of your job as a coach. So not only is hitting Success Club indicative of helping others and growing your business, but it's going to be a way for you to lead by example for those who are on your team who may be interested in the business opportunity down the road, or those who are actively pursuing coaching right now. They say that the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. I'm sure you've heard that quote before. And so it is important to lead by example for your team. And if you feel for some reason like you don't have a team yet, I want you to ask yourself, do I have at least one person in my downline, or one customer that I have helped so far on their journey? And if you do, I'm telling you right now that you have a team, you have eyes on you, and what you do, what you show them you do is important. So it's your job to continue growing your team and leading the way for that team as well. And next, to continue to bring on new challengers, People start to quiet down after a certain period of time in challenge groups. And I had this conversation with one of my personally sponsored coaches this week. The struggle of why are there crickets in my challenge group? It is important to, bring on those new people and have that new blood to like liven things up in your challenge groups a little bit. And it helps other people to sort of get motivated again. We all know that feeling, like when we start a program, everything feels and looks so like sparkly and new, and we're excited to be engaged. And then as you just like get in the rhythm of things, you've done 2, 3, 4 rounds of the 21-day fix. You're just like, I'm not as motivated to engage anymore. And of course, the other thing where that's concerned is if somebody's just like not feeling it anymore, obviously you're going to have a conversation with them about, if they're looking to move on to a new program. But that being said, it is important to, bring on new challengers every month to build your team, as I said before, to grow your income. So you'll start earning residual income. You'll earn more on your team cycling. Another thing, to be a success starter and earn your Coach Summit ticket for free, which I believe is almost like $200. And you're only able to qualify for that free ticket once. So
I thought it was $300 even.
It's what?
I thought it was almost $300.
It might be that. I think I paid $180 because I paid for it at.
Yeah, you got a special price because you were there. But
Okay, yeah. So it is probably more expensive than that. And I will say this, Coach Summit is the coach event of the year. And it's 100% life-changing. It's 100% business-changing. And you're not going to be there this year. You have to make a point to be there next year because there's nothing like it. It's incredible. And also to earn your spot on the Success Club trips. I just got back 2 weeks ago, feels like just yesterday, but 2 weeks ago from the Success Club cruise that went to the Bahamas and Jamaica with my boyfriend. I was able to bring my boyfriend for free. There were people who brought their kids, their families, and it's just an incredible opportunity, you guys. It's one of the many ways that this company rewards its coaches for doing their job, for helping other people. So these are some of the many important reasons why Success Club should be a priority in your business every month. On to you, Miss Kelli.
Okay, so along with everything that Meg said there's just so many awesome points and takeaways and so many reasons why Success Club is important. And I hope, I know those things are a lot of the things we've talked about before, but just always nice to get that reinforcement as to why we're doing this. And she started with the fact that this is really a benchmark for your long-term growth. And for me, and I know for a lot of us, we come into this business and from day one, we really are focused on making this business a business. We want it for ourselves and for our future. And we really see that long-term. We want a business. We want all of these things. We have that why in our mind. And if that's true for you, and if you're ready to take your business to the next level and make it a business that's going to provide a lot of freedom and income for yourself and for your family, then one of the things you have to do for yourself is you have to take responsibility. And I don't want to just sound like the bad guy here, but it's really true. From day one, I've made it my priority to hit the minimum every month because I knew that if I wanted to make this business work, I had to at least do just that, which was hit the minimum. And there are so many tools. I don't know if you guys were on the National Wake Up Call this week or not. I hope that you were, but if you weren't, and you should listen to the replay. But at the end, they were talking about a conversation with Carl Deichler, our CEO, and he was telling the person leading our National Wake Up Call that he gets emails all the time from all of these people that are reaching out, wanting help. They want help in the business. They don't have a good coach. They're grabbing at straws. There's no trainings. There's no this. There's no tools. There's no anything that Meg and I provide for you, and there's no support. And guys, like, we're so lucky. I'm not saying that I'm like incredibly awesome and Meg and I are the best top coaches in the company, but we have such a support network between our uplines and Team Drop the Cookie. We are so lucky. And I've learned from Dana, and Dana's learned from her coaches who are all just really active in this company. So these are all things that we can really take advantage of, which leads me to my first point, which is if you want to be responsible, you have to hold yourself responsible for your goals of hitting Success Club. And one of those great tools for you to be able to do that is, hey, listen, reach out to your coach, acknowledge the fact that you need help, and schedule a call, because we're here. We make ourselves available every single week to help you with your goals and to help you reach Success Club. If that's what you are struggling with, there are so many conversations that we can help you work through. We can help you work through different scripts that might work best, but you have to take the initiative to reach out and schedule those calls. And I know, again, I don't want to sound like the bad guy here, but I post so often in the team page to the point where, like, I'm, to be honest, really considering just discontinuing Acuity because I pay $10 a month for a scheduling system that no one even uses. So please take advantage of me and the help that Meg and I are willing to give you to help you work towards those goals. The second thing is the power of threes. And this is, I think, at a minimum, this little chart here, what we should be doing as coaches, reaching out to 3 people, inviting 3 people, posting 2 to 3 times a day at a minimum, starting 3 conversations which are not Beachbody related. And I like this little checklist here because it just makes it very simple. You could even, have a notebook where you're just keeping track of who you're reaching out to in each of these categories every single day. Something that I've been doing too, just to hold myself accountable for doing that every day, is preparing who I'm going to reach out to the night before. So I go to bed, I have everything written down the night before, and in the morning I can make sure that I follow through with the power of threes. Or, like I said, 3 is the minimum that you should be doing every day if you want to move that business forward. If you want to move at a faster pace, just give yourself a number. It's just important to have a benchmark so you're just not winging it and flying by the seat of your pants. But and the other thing I want to talk about with Success Club is being resourceful. There's so many different things out there. If I feel like I'm struggling in any area, if I'm like, okay, I need to hit Success Club, I'm going to invite a few more times. Maybe I need a new script. Try different things. There's so many times since we've developed the coach bundle, I've figured out which different scripts work best, and I've played around with different wording and different terms, and you figure out what works as you go along, and that's because you're watching different videos, you're tapping into different resources, and you're trying things out. It's not going to just happen. It takes just being proactive about it, reaching out, trying to figure out where you need to improve, and just taking those steps, because no one comes into this knowing exactly what to do. And that all comes down to being proactive about your personal development, knowing where you're struggling, and taking those action steps to get better in the areas that you're struggling so that you can hit Success Club and work towards your goals every month.
Okay. So accountability and practicing what we preach. It's funny, as coaches, we preach accountability and support all day long in our challenge groups. And that needs to translate, that 100% needs to translate over into what we're doing in our business activities every single day. And, I had a discussion with Kelli about this earlier, because as your leaders, it's important to us that we're helping you reach your goals, your Success Club goals, your long-term goals, etc. And, we talked about best practices for supporting our coaches with hitting Success Club, and we're trying to find this balance. We're walking a fine line. We don't want to feel like we're babysitting you or that we're hounding you, and we don't want you to feel that way either. We've done our research, we've been resourceful, we've looked into what other coaches in the network are doing and what's working well for them and the coaches on their teams. And ultimately what it comes down to is, holding your personally sponsored coaches accountable. And, with that said, we know that ultimately, if you want it, you are going to work for it. And part of what I mean when I say that is one thing that I decided I'm going to start doing every month. And Kelli, I think you said you were going to start doing this too. I'm going to start implementing what I call Success Club calendars. And Kelli, if you don't mind just clicking on Success Club calendars, I think it should bring you to a link. Basically, it's just a calendar for every month. And so this is my April Success Club calendar. The day before the start of the new month, I'm going to set my minimum Success Club goal, and then I'm going to sort of create this roadmap for how I'm going to get there. I want to hit Success Club 2 on the first of the month. I have that in there because I know that I'm going to. I have somebody who's for sure enrolling on that day. And then I go throughout the month and sort of say, okay, what's manageable for me? If my goal is a minimum of 12 Success Club points, how am I going to distribute those points throughout the month so that I'm not too overwhelmed, so that I know what I'm looking to hit by, a certain day of the week. And of course, mid-month, you always want to do a personal check-in and just ask yourself, like, okay, where am I at in regards to the goal that I set for myself at the start of the month? And what's not working? What is working? What helped me help that person towards the beginning of the month? And what have I been doing differently maybe since that hasn't been working with other people when I go to invite them or reach out to them? So I've made Success Club calendars for every single one of my personally sponsored coaches this evening. And I have them in a folder, and only I will be able to see, their calendar. Nobody else on the team will be able to see their individual calendars. And it's a way for me to check in with you and see how things are going throughout the month. And to help you, if you're struggling with figuring out, okay, this is my Success Club goal, and I don't really know how to do it in a way in my calendar that, feels comfortable and like not so stressful for me, I will help you with that. And I'm sure, Kelli will do the same. So that's one way that we want to start holding you guys accountable. And like I said, if you want this business to work for you, you will hold yourselves accountable. So the people who fill out their Success Club calendars, those are the people who want to move their businesses forward. Those are the people who are saying, yes, I'm committed to this. And I'll tell you, I literally made that in a matter of 2 minutes. Like, honestly, it takes no time at all. So really, if this is something that you want, it should be something that you complete in a matter of minutes, honestly. And then another way to hold yourselves accountable, posting your business activity trackers or your power of threes in your team page every week. If you are doing those business activities, which you should be, obviously, your vital behaviors, your invites, your personal development, your follow-ups, all that stuff, you should be tracking it. If you're not tracking it, you're going to make yourself mental. And I'm sure we've said this before to you guys on team calls, like, you got to have a system in place where you're keeping track of who you're reaching out to, how many invites you're doing, how many new conversations you're starting, and with who. I personally just recently set up an Excel spreadsheet with different sheets on it, with dates that I reached out to people, the content of the conversation, are they interested in a healthy lifestyle change, and sort of like Kelli's binder, I sort of just like shifted that whole concept into an Excel spreadsheet so that I can move people electronically. But definitely be tracking your stuff. If you're tracking your stuff, taking a screenshot of it or a photo of it on your phone and posting it to the team page shouldn't be a problem because it's there. But of course, if you're not doing it and you don't have it and you can't post it. So this is another way to hold yourself accountable. Another thing, there's something to be said for building that momentum for ourselves and one another. When we share what we're doing in the team pages, it gives everybody, the opportunity to learn from what we're doing and implement their own version of what we're doing and see what's working well for other people. And I feel like if we do this more often, we'll all see this shift in our individual businesses and in our teams as a whole. And I know that, a lot of times this business can like breed comparison. I don't say share this stuff so that other people can compare themselves to you. I never want anyone on this call to look at what somebody else is doing and compare themselves to what other people are doing, but rather to just ask themselves, what can I learn from what this person is doing? And I have this, I found this self-evaluation chart that some other leader from another team used, so I can't take complete credit for it. But so what I think versus what I ask myself. One thing, why do I feel so blah? Am I doing my personal development every day? Why haven't I hit Success Club? Ask myself, how many new conversations have I started this month? What I think, why is she so much further along than I am? Going back to what I just said, you're on your own journey, but what can you learn from her? Another, what I think, I'm messaging like crazy. Why is no one committing? Ask yourself, is there a better way that I could be saying this? So sort of like what Kelli said about going back to your scripts and asking yourself, what's not working here? Maybe what's a turnoff to some people? How can I phrase this differently, revise it, shorten it, whatever? My posts are getting crickets. Are you being consistent on social media daily? Are you posting 3 to 5 times a day? Are you sharing your journey? Are you sharing, hi Ryan. Are you sharing,
Mute myself from here.
Oh.
I'm trying to mute myself.
It's usually in the bottom left corner.
I know, but because I'm sharing, I don't think I can.
Oh, if you hit escape. And then I think you might, now you have to share your screen again. I don't know if you can do that or not. But are you sharing on social media every single day? It's so important to be sharing this lifestyle, you guys. You have to go to your pages and ask yourselves, okay, when somebody comes to my page, do I look like a coach? Do I seem approachable as a coach? Am I sharing some nugget of inspiration every day? Am I sharing my struggles and my challenges because that's what people are going to be able to relate to? Stuff like that. And then let's see, what was the other one? Why haven't I rank advanced? Ask yourself, how many people have I presented the business to? Super important. My body has stopped making changes. Well, when was the last time I started a new program? And sort of to speak to that too, if the what I think is not so much my body has stopped making changes, but it's more people aren't like being as engaging on my posts. I had this conversation with one of my coaches this week who had been doing a program for a really long time, and she almost felt like she had exhausted everything that she could possibly share about this program. Starting a new program is a great way to engage an entirely new audience. Not everybody's going to love the 21-day fix. Not everybody's going to love PIO. Switch it up and, become familiar with the other programs and products that we have to offer people and open up your market a bit more. Okay, Kelli, I'm done.
Sorry, that was really obnoxious. I just didn't want everyone to hear her crying the whole time. Okay. And there was something that you mentioned that I wanted to talk about again, but now I can't remember what it was. But anyway, okay, so all of that, Meg went over about holding yourself accountable. I think, that's an awesome tool. And like she said, when we were having the conversation today, we were like, well, it just makes sense. Like, this is what we preach is so great about our challenge groups, but yet we don't do it ourselves. So I don't know, like she said, we went back and forth about whether or not it's babysitting or if it's necessary. And it's just something where, I know that I like the accountability. So I I think maybe that will really benefit us all moving forward. So tips for hitting Success Club, it comes down to 3 things. You have to plan, prepare, and execute. And it's sort of what we talked through already here. Planning to start off, you have to set your goal for hitting Success Club. You can't just decide, you know, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, maybe I'll get 6, maybe I'll get 10. You have to make a conscious effort to really think it through, fill out the calendar, send it in. If you have any other goals, I think this would be a great opportunity to list those rank advancement goals or, you know, anything that you're working on that calendar, just so that we can better communicate about what's going on, especially if there's no one-on-one call happening. But then another thing that you can do to plan for your month is to make a master list at the start or at the end of every month. And this is something that I do. I actually did it this morning for April. Is I go through and I make a list. I look back through all of my messages. I look back at anyone that hasn't followed through, anyone that I've had on my list of new conversations to start because they've liked certain things on my Facebook post, whatever it is, and I make a master for the next month to come. And then the second step is to prepare. So in order to prepare to get things done and to execute, which is in the executing step is the action, but you have to talk to people. You're setting yourself up here. You're talking to people all month long. The month before is going to set you up for the month that's happening now. So talk to people every single day. This business is all about people. We hear it over and over and over again. And you have to give things. You have to give yourself, your heart, your free content. What are you offering to help people build a relationship with you? And that can be done on social media. It can be done through free groups. It can be done by just having a conversation and being a listening ear. And that a lot of times is, you know, all it takes is just being a friend and having someone be that bouncing board for someone to talk off of different ideas or struggles or obstacles that they're facing, and giving any input or advice that you have that you can relate to. And if you can't, just being there. If you feel like you are struggling in that area, then again, like being a friend, which to be honest, I feel like sometimes I didn't know like how to be that friend or how to be that person people would want to build a relationship with. You have to work on yourself, and you have to dig into that personal development. Invite new people into your circle. Networking, connecting is huge. Sorry, I'm trying to talk a little faster because I know we're running out of time. But inviting people to join your circle means adding new people to your network via groups or making new friends, getting out there in the world, meeting new people for coffee. I think it's great to meet people in real life, but you don't have to in this business. You can do everything online. And then preparing is also sharing your stories and results in your voice on social media. And that's going to be the way that you're going to be able to really execute and get to Success Club. If you're not sharing on social media, then people aren't going to be able to kind of know what you're about. It's ultimately making everything easier for you to just share your story online. And then I update that master list with new people as I see new names come into the play on my Facebook page. So if you're doing your job and adding to your network and your circle and you're sharing on social media, you're probably going to get new people liking your stuff that you haven't seen before. And at that point, I would add them to the list so that I know that those are great people to start conversations with during the month. And finally, you just are telling people how awesome you feel. And that all comes down to you're being a product of the product. You've done a workout program. You're eating healthy. It feels great. And you're just going to share it, because that's what this is all about, is helping people see that this works. Your results work. You have results. You've helped clients get results. And you're inviting to that opportunity so that other people can have those results and feel awesome too. And that's what it is. And I think back to the taking responsibility and holding yourself accountable. I don't know, but the thing that frustrates me the most is that maybe a little bit too much. I'm hard on myself. If I know I haven't been inviting and I'm struggling to hit Success Club, I know I have no one to blame but myself. So just making sure that we've laid it all out here. You've heard it a million times. If you're not doing what it takes to hit Success Club, then honestly, and maybe you are. And if you are, then you reach out and we'll have a conversation. But you have to take responsibility for your business activities. And so those are just a few tips on hitting Success Club. And I'm going to X out of this and see if anyone has any questions. I guess we have 4 minutes, but I feel like might be a good opportunity to ask questions, unless Meg, you have anything else you wanted to add?
We can see if anybody has any questions, and if not, there was one thing, but if people have questions. Anybody? One thing I was going to say, you talked about sharing free content, and I don't know if all of you were on last week's National Wake Up Call with Chelsea Pearson, #CoachCrush. She talked about like how she really struggled with, like, I forget if it was like meal planning or like grocery list planning or something. And then she went on to talk about how she sort of faked it till she made it. She would post on social media and be like, everybody keeps asking me like how I plan my grocery list. I guess like a lot of like people are emailing me, asking me for tips on what I can do to, you know, be more effective when it comes to meal planning. And I thought that I would offer everybody, you know, basically this free nugget. If you are interested in getting some help, you know, in the area of nutrition, meal planning, grocery shopping, whatever the hell it was that she said, feel free to email me your health and fitness goals and I will send you my freemium. Hello? Like, why? Like, she said that and I got the chills. Like, I was like, yeah, hello. Like, people, if they are interested, will email you and they're going to email you with their goals, and that opens up a conversation. And clearly that's like your way in to having this incredible, valuable conversation. Yes, it was an amazing call, Katie. And I can't, like I said, I can't remember if it was grocery list planning or meal prep, whatever. But regardless, yes, meal planning. Okay, regardless, it was good. So think about maybe what you struggled with in the beginning, or think about, you know, what your challengers are struggling with, and then turn it into a teachable moment where you can create something. It doesn't have to be like super crazy fancy. You know, if you want to give somebody a meal plan, think about just writing out your meals for a week and then turn it into an opportunity to give that away as a freemium. That's literally what I've been doing the first week of 22-minute hardcore. I've been rambling. You have less than a minute. Anything else, Kelly?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I think that's just such a brilliant idea. I did the free group, and at the end I did a form. I don't know who saw my form, but I just said, hey, you know, if you want the free content I offered, which was an ebook with the meal plans and grocery list, then like put in your email address here, fill out this form about the group, and here you go. Like, it's all yours. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys too. Like, I'm happy to let you guys make that your own, like pass it along and whatever. But I think that's just such a great way to offer that free content and support, like Meg said. I know we're going to lose time, so I don't know. I'm rambling at the last minute, but thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. And as always, it's awesome to see everyone.
And stay tuned for your Success Club calendars, because I'm emailing them to you tonight. Get excited. My team's like, yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So stoked.
We got this, team. Success Club, here we come.